All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about something super important if you're dealing with property in Torrance, California, and that is, how do you find a real estate appraiser you can actually count on? This isn't just about getting some random number on a piece of paper. It's about getting the right number, one that's backed by real professionalism and deep local knowledge.
So, you find yourself needing an appraisal. Maybe you're selling your home, looking to refinance, or maybe you're handling a family estate. Whatever the reason, the stakes are pretty high, right? And the number one question on your mind is, who do I even call? Who can I trust? In a market this important, getting it right from the very beginning is absolutely key.
So to help you cut through all the noise out there, we're going to build a really simple but really powerful framework. Think of it as your personal 3-point checklist for confidence. It's designed to help you vet any appraisers like you've been doing this for years.
And here it is. It's this simple. Number one, verify their credentials. Are they actually licensed and in good standing here in California? Sounds basic, but you'd be surprised. Number two, check the reviews. What are real clients saying on places like Yelp or Google? This is where you get the real story. And number three, match their experience to what you need. A divorce appraisal, for example, is a totally different beast than a pre-listing appraisal.
Okay, now you might see this acronym floating around, USPAP. Don't let it scare you. It basically just means the Uniform Standards of Professional Appraisal Practice. You can just think of it as the official rulebook for professional appraisers. Here's the only thing you need to remember. Following these rules is completely non-negotiable. It's the bare minimum for quality. If an appraiser doesn't follow USPAP, you just walk away. Simple as that.
All right, so you've got the framework down. Now let's take a look at the local landscape. If you understand the different kinds of appraisers you can find in Torrance, it's going to make it so much easier to narrow down your search and find that perfect match. Generally, you're going to run into about three main categories. First, you've got these big South Bay firms that cover a huge area. They're often great for standard pre-listing work. Then, you'll see specialized one-day services that are all about speed. But here's a word of caution. A super fast appraisal might seem awesome for a refinance, but it could actually be a huge problem in a complicated legal situation. And finally, you have your local directory appraisers. These folks usually have a really deep neighborhood focus, which is perfect for primary homes and condos.
Theory is one thing, but let's make this feel a little more real. I think the best way to see our 3-point checklist in action is to look at a real-world example. So we're going to do a quick case study on a company from the source material, Eagle Home Appraisal Torrance. So, right off the bat, they call themselves a dedicated local residential specialist. And that's our first big clue about where their expertise really is. But what does focused residential expertise actually mean for you? Well, it means they spend all their time on single-family homes, condos, and townhomes. This gives them this incredibly deep understanding of Torrance's unique little neighborhoods and trends, which, let me tell you, is so critical for getting an accurate valuation. Next, their motto is client-first communication. And this connects perfectly to our second checklist point, right? Checking those reviews. When you see positive feedback, it almost always highlights clear communication, which is so important for making what can be a stressful process feel smooth and understandable.
And of course, in today's real estate market, speed matters a lot. Being able to deliver an efficient report without cutting corners is a massive advantage, especially when you're staring down the tight deadlines of a refinance or an estate settlement. So you can really see how this all clicks into place with our checklist. Their deep local knowledge, that matches the experience you need. Their positive feedback and clear communication, that nails the review check. And their specialization in residential properties, well, that verifies their focus and credentials. It all just connects.
And just to make this case study totally concrete, the source even provides their specific contact info right here. Okay, let's bring this all home. We've built the framework. We've seen it in action with a real company. Now for the final and most important step, connecting all this information directly to your personal situation.
Honestly, if you take away one thing, let it be this. Your reason for needing an appraisal completely dictates the kind of expert you should hire. If it's for a sale or a refi, you want someone who works with lenders all day long. But if it's for a legal matter, like a trust or a divorce, you need an appraiser who can produce what's called a court-defensible report. One that's so detailed and well-documented it can stand up under legal scrutiny. The skill sets are worlds apart.
And that really leaves us with one final, crucial question for you to ask yourself. What is your appraisal mission? Is it all about speed because you're on a tight deadline? Or does your situation demand a deeply researched, rock-solid report that can withstand any challenge?
Knowing the answer to that question will be your ultimate guide to